Hey y'all, it's Brandy and welcome back to the Antisocials Library. Today I have a very exciting video. We've all seen them, we all love them, the Love It or Lose It, the Read It or Unhaul It. Well, now it's come to the Antisocials Library, and our version here, at our dark, deep vampire vibes here, is Shelf It or Stake It. So I'm super excited. I have every physical book on my TBR in here in my cauldron of consumption. No, that's not good. Cauldron. What do I call my cauldron? Anyway, it's my TBR cauldron. And basically, I'm going to be using this for my future TBR videos and also every other video that I need to just randomly pick a book off of my TBR. Things to note about the cauldron. It is only the first book in the series, or the book that I'm on in the series is in here. Once I read a book that is a part of a series, I will then write a new piece of paper and put it in there. For example, I didn't want to pull Reaper at the Gates from the TBR cauldron when I haven't even read Ember of Ashes. Does that make sense? So only Ember of Ashes is in here. And then once I read Ember of Ashes, I will put whatever the next one is. You following? You're following. So let's pick the first book for Shelf It and Stake It, episode 1. I'm so nervous. Like, genuinely nervous. Okay. Oh. I got two. What does it say? Listen for the lie. Oh, that was a gift from Amanda, I think. Hold on, let me get it. Okay. It's Listen for the Lie by Amy Tintera. This was gifted to me. So it says, what if you thought you murdered your best friend, and if everyone else thought so too? And what if the truth doesn't matter? Okay. Lucy and Savvy were the golden girls of their small Texas town, pretty smart and enviable. Lucy married a dream guy with a big ring and even bigger new home. Savvy was the social butterfly loved by all, and if you believe the rumors, especially popular with the men in town. But after Lucy is found wandering the streets, covered in her best friend Savvy's blood, everyone thinks she's a murderer. Okay, I think this is like a podcast type story. So love it. Stephen King says it's a world-class whodunit. Leanne Moriarty says it's a laugh-out-loud, funny, thrilling, and twisty. So I'm excited to read this. Let's get to it. It is currently like 8:30 at night on Tuesday, and I might not be able to start this until tomorrow, but I wanted to go ahead and get it picked out and the vlog started. I'm about to edit my March TBR so it can go up. But yeah, this might not happen until tomorrow, so I will check in with you when I have an update.
Macmillan Audio presents. I personally just say, hey, I'm podcasting. I put him out as I should try to be less of an asshole. Tomorrow, maybe. So long was hot. 7 days in the place where I once been successful.
Good morning. It is about 7:40 in the morning on Wednesday. Is today Wednesday? I started the audiobook for Listen for the Lie on the way here to work. Didn't get that far, but I'm definitely already intrigued. The audiobook quality is really, really good, and it's one of those ones where it actually uses different narrators and different sound effects for the podcast element of the story. So the audiobook is definitely the way to go. I think I'll probably do some immersive reading when I can, so I can kind of read the physical copy and listen to the audiobook. But so far, I'm really enjoying it. I'm really liking the quality of it, and it is an intriguing story. You are pretty much following a, kind of like I talked about before, a girl who was accused of killing her best friend, and the book starts off with her living in a different town, and everyone around her finds out that she was accused for this murder because of a very popular podcast that's talking about her. And so she gets fired from her job and ends up going back to her hometown for her grandmother's 80th birthday. And so she's not super stoked about that because she doesn't want to go back to the place where she was accused of murdering her best friend. And it also seems like she doesn't quite remember if she murdered her best friend or not. She doesn't seem to have memory of it. So, not sure what we're getting set up for here, but so far I'm liking it. I have a little bit to do today. I'm going to be busy at work all day as always, and then after work I'm going to my friend Danny's house. So we're going to kind of hang out for the night, and so I don't know how much reading I'm going to be able to get done. Hopefully I can get a decent amount done while at work, listening to the audio. Depending on what I have to do, it's very possible, so we will see. But I will let you know when I have an update, and I hope you have a great day. Hi, same spot, different time. It's 11 a.m. now. So the first half of my day was actually pretty chill and kind of data entry driven. So I was able to listen for the Lie the entire morning, and I'm about to continue listening to it on lunch, and I'm loving it. I'm deeply obsessed. I'm like 60% of the way through. It's going by so fast, and I don't want to tell you too much because I don't want there to be any even hint of a spoiler, but you are following this podcaster, and he is in the same town where the murder happened, and the best friend that got basically accused of this murder is also home at that time. So there's a little bit of intrigue there, and she's agreeing to do an interview, and there's drama at the hometown because she's home, and did she actually do it? Did she not? People are being hateful. It's I'm having a great time. I really am. And I'm gonna finish this book today, which is super exciting because I haven't finished a book this quickly in a long time. So I can't wait to finish it, and I will let you know when I have an update. It'll probably be after work when I'm done with this book. But yeah, I'm on lunch now. I have to run to the bank, which I hate running errands on lunch, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So I'm gonna go do that, and then I will come and finish out the rest of my day. Also, I'm sorry, could you hear my AC that whole time? Can you still? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Speaking of, I am gonna have very soon a actual camera to film with, which would be awesome, and an actual portable mic that is worth a damn. Because I don't know if you remember, but I tried to film with a wireless mic, and I don't know if it was the quality of the one that I got, but I hated it. I hated using it. I thought it sounded really bad. I literally would rather speak to you just loudly when I'm on my phone or when I'm out like this than use that thing. So, but yeah, right now everything is filmed on my phone, which has been working out just fine, but I am about to invest in a camera, and I'm really excited about it. So hopefully that'll be coming soon. So just a random update on that, because I was thinking about how I'm yelling in my car at my phone. So anyway, I will talk to you later. Bye. Okay, hey guys. It is much later now. It is, what time is it? 7:27 p.m. And I did end up finishing Listen for the Lie today. I actually finished it at work, so I don't have a physical reading experience with this book, but that's okay because I liked it enough that I'm going to shelf it. So I am going to keep it. I think I'm going to end up at a 4-star, maybe a 4.25. This was fantastic. This was a quick read. The audiobook experience was incredible. Like I mentioned before, I thoroughly enjoyed how the production was for the audiobook, and I just was having a really good time listening to this, and I liked the twists and turns. I kind of guessed what was going to happen, but that's okay for me because the quality of the story itself was still really good, and I just really liked it. I liked it a lot, so I'm going to keep it. And we're going to put it on my shelf, and we're going to pick another book to read. I am also already in my pajamas. I am about to go get ready for bed, but I wanted to change and get cozy first, so just ignore everything about my outfit. Also, yes, I am gonna get ready for bed at 7:30 because I had a long day and I wanna just get cozy in bed and ready to go to bed and pick up whatever book this is and get some reading. So let's pick it. Oh my god, I'm so nervous. There are just so many books that I don't know if I want to read. Okay, I think I have one. I just need one. Okay. What does it say? Can you see it? Daughter of No Worlds. Okay. 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 I got it. Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent. I don't know why I was stammering over that. Carissa Broadbent. Carissa Broadbent is the author of Serpent of the Wings of Night and that whole series. And I read the first 3 of that series and loved it very, very, very much. I've heard really, really, really good things about this series, but I never got to it. And now I guess tonight I am. You know what? I actually am in a fantasy mood. I'm not upset about this, actually, because I think I am in a fantasy mood. So it could have been way worse. So this is a former slave fighting for justice, a reclusive warrior who no longer believes it exists, and a dark magic that will entangle their fates. Don't really want to know more than that going into it, but this is a little bit of a chunky one. But so was Serpent of the Wings of Night, and I got through that really, really quickly. It was really easy to read, so I'm really hoping this is similar in that sense. I guess we're starting another series, which sucks. Because I'm in the middle of so many series that I probably need to reel that in a little bit, but today we're starting another one. So this is the War of Lost Hearts series. I know that there is at least 2 out right now. I don't know if there's more than that, but I have the first 2, and I just can't believe I picked this one. Alright, also, is this just a red vlog? If the next book I get is red, I feel like that's a sign for something. But, okay. The cauldron has spoken. Daughter of No Worlds. It is. Hello. It is the next morning, and I just wanted to give you an update before I head to work. It's 7:25, so I gotta go relatively soon. But I got 80 pages into Daughter of No Worlds. I forgot the name of the book for a second there. And I'm obsessed. So far, I'm obsessed with this book. So it is following, I'm going to go with Tizana. So you're following Tizana, and she is a slave. She's enslaved at this one kingdom. And at the start of the story, she escapes. She tries to buy her freedom, and then the guy is an asshole, and she kills him because she's powerful and she's got magic. And she kills the guy that's enslaving her and runs away. And she drags herself across this kingdom and across the lands and across the ocean to this place that is called the Order. And she is trying to become a part of the Order in order to get help from the Order to go back to her lands and like liberate them and help out, the people she left behind. And the Order is like, sure, since you're magic, but you're a little too old, because usually to be a part of the Order you have to do an apprenticeship, and usually the apprenticeship is done when you're 18, and she's 21. She was like, so since you're magic, and because I like you, you can be a part of the Order, but you do have to do some training first. So she gets dropped off at this doorstep by this man named Max. And Max is not interested in helping her at all. He doesn't want to do it. And she's like, okay, but you have to. So please help me. And that's kind of where we're at, is she's struggling to teach herself while she's at Max's house. And he's like letting her stay there because he has to, but he's not actually helping her do anything. And I feel like we're gonna like see this relationship grow, and she's gonna like try so hard for so long that he's eventually just gonna be like, almost like take pity on her and be like, okay, fine, like I'll help you. And I feel like that's where we're gonna go. But Crystal Broadbent's writing is just so good. It's so digestible. It's so easy to read. And I'm just having a really good time with it. So I actually can't wait to come home tonight and read some more. But I am about to go to work. And then after work, I'm going to get my nails done. So it'll be a lot later before I'm able to pick this up again. But I wanted to give you an update. 80 pages in. So far, loving it. Hi guys. It's been some days. Some days have gone by since I have been able to update you. The good thing is we haven't missed anything because I haven't read anything. So I didn't read any further of The Daughter of No Worlds because I just got super busy with work. And then yesterday I was writing. So yesterday was Saturday, so I spent most of the day writing and hanging out with my grandmother. And now it is Sunday afternoon. It is 1:30 in the afternoon. And I think what I'm going to do is do some writing work, okay? But then I'm going to take a break from the writing and do some reading. And when I do some reading, then I will have an update for you for Daughter of No Worlds. Because this vlog is taking me forever to read, or this book is taking me forever to read, and this vlog is taking me forever to get through. And I still have one more book that I want to pull from the cauldron. So we're going to have to step it up. So I did just get my Aardvark book box. So I got Coffin Moon by Keith Rawson. This is one of their previous month's picks, but I added it because it's vampiric and I was seeing good reviews about it, so I wanted to give it a shot. But the one that I actually ordered for the month of April is Japanese Gothic, but I was too late to order them on the first go around because they sold out immediately, the special editions. So I ordered them on the reprint, so they're going to ship out separately. Those reprints are going to ship out separately. So I will get another Aardvark book box this month, which is even more exciting because Aardvark is my favorite book subscription service other than the Evernight Illuma crates that I get. So I'm like not angry about having to open 2 Aardvark book mails. Oh no. So, but yeah, I just wanted to give you an update that I am still here. To you, it's been probably 3 seconds, but for me, it's been several days. So, because it's the weekend now, it's the end of the weekend, and I have things I have to do. But I am going to get some reading done today. I'm going to get some reading done today. But I just need to be able to sit down and do it. So. Hello, I'm back. So I didn't read as much as I thought I was going to be able to read today, but I did get to update Act 1. I got completely done with that, and I went to my grandmother's and visited with her for a while, and I was able to tell a couple of people that are helping me out by like beta reading Act 1 that was ready to go. So that was exciting, and that took way longer than I thought it was going to. But I did read a little bit of Daughter of No Worlds. Right now it's like 9:15 at night, so I just finished cleaning up around the house a little bit, and I did a little bit of laundry, and now I am about to get dressed for bed. I'm ready to get ready for bed and get cozy for the night finally, and sit down and actually do some reading. So earlier today I kind of paused for a minute and allowed myself to read. It was like 4 chapters, which these chapters are really short, which is great, especially reading physically. We love a short chapter, you know what I mean? So yeah, we are still following Tessina. How did I say I was going to say her name? Tessina. We're still following her, and she is still trying to convince Max to apprentice her so that she can learn what she needs to learn, and so that she can prove to the leaders of the order that she belongs there. And I don't know if I actually explained it before, but the order is like an elite group of magic wielders, and they have a lot of status and a lot of power, and so she wants to use their status and their power to help the area that she just escaped from, and like kind of help her friends that she abandoned there after killing the leader. Yeah, that's essentially it so far. I'm not very far into it at all. Like, I haven't even gotten to where we haven't discussed the synopsis yet, so there's nothing that I can really add to the discussion, because everything that I've gotten to, we kind of knew what was happening if you read the synopsis. But what I will say is I love Carissa Broadbent's writing. It's just so digestible. Like, it's one of those things that you can pick it up and you can read it, and before you know it, you're 50 pages later and you're like, wait, no way I read that much. Because it's simple and not overwritten, and it's not very lyrical, but the way that she shows you things instead of telling you it's just like you're immersed. Like, it's very immersive writing, and I'm really enjoying my time with it. And I felt the exact same way about Serpent of the Wings of Night, and this is doing the exact same thing. The only thing is that I think I prefer Serpent and the Wings of Night only because I'm a vampire girly at heart. I mean, I got my Dracula shirt on right now. So at the end of the day, I think I'm going to always have a bias towards vampires, but I am having a really, really good time with this, and I love the magic system, and I like that she is a magic wielder, and she's naturally good at what she does, but she obviously still has so much to learn, and I'm excited to see how powerful she really will be. And yeah, I'm gonna go get out of this attire and get into the coziest thing that I own and possibly make a drink. I don't know. It's Sunday night. I have a very long day tomorrow at work. It's one of my really long days. They happen a couple times a month, and this is just going to be one of them. So I don't know if I'm going to have anything to say to you tomorrow, but hopefully I can get some reading done. But first things first, we're going to continue watching Mel from Mel Reads' new video, because she's one of my favorite YouTubers here on BookTube, and it's the most calming thing I could think of right now. And after today, I could use some calmness. So I'm going to say it for the 4th time: get dressed and ready for bed, make a drink, finish watching my video, and then curl up and read Daughter of No Worlds. Hi guys, so I have a little bit of an update. It is now Tuesday night. I had a really long day yesterday. I didn't even get off of work until almost after 9. It was after 9 p.m. So I didn't get home until later, and by the time I showered, got ready for bed, it was a goner. So I did some reading yesterday before I went to bed. And today I came home and doing some filming. I have some more videos that I have to film, but I paused to go over to my grandmother's house because it is my great nephew's birthday today. He turned 1 year old. So we went over there to do like a smash cake and everything like that. And he's gonna have like an actual party on Saturday, but this was more of like a family intimate thing. So I went over there for that. And now it is 8:50 p.m. And I still have some more things I have to film. So I like batch film things as much as I humanly can, so that because I do work so much, so I have the night to like kind of film, and then I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna finish Daughter of No Worlds. Like I will finish that book tonight. It is going to happen, and I will come back and I'll update you on it. I am about halfway through it right now, and that might sound crazy to make myself finish reading it tonight, but it's not that I have to force myself to do it, because the thing is the book is good. Like the book is really good, and I'm finding myself like not being able to put it down when I do pick it up, and I'm excited to pick it up again. And so we're still following Tissana, and she's kind of finally found herself coming to terms with the order and like maybe what the order really is, and she's like learning more about it, and she's also getting much closer to Max, her teacher, who she's doing her apprenticeship with, and like they're they're building their relationship. And hello, Ouija. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Yeah, I just am loving it. I'm loving the writing style. It's just so digestible. And she's like writing. The only thing I will say is when I'm reading from Tessana's point of view, like her dialogue when she's talking to Max, I hear it like Eleven talking in season 1 of Stranger Things. Like, because she doesn't understand, she doesn't speak the language as well. So her native language is different than Max's native language. And so she speaks it like, but ever since I tried the audiobook and realized I didn't like it, that's how the audiobook narrator like chose to portray that second language vibe. And now that's like all I can think about is she says things like in a cadence, or I read it in like a cadence of like, you are silly? Question mark? Like you mean, like I'm thinking of one scene in particular where Max calls her nosy, and she stops and she points at her nose and she's like, nosy? I don't know. It kind of took me out of the story. I'm like, are you trying to be cute? Are you trying to be endearing? Or like, my cat is chasing his tail on the bar. Anyway, sorry. Oh, buddy. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's just some of those things are kind of taking me out of it, because I'm like, what are we doing here? I'm just ready for her to just like come. I just know that she's gonna like come into that badassness that every main character, like female main character in a fantasy novel has. And I'm just like really ready for her to like just do it already. Just like become the badass, you know what I mean? So, but I'm gonna go film some videos, and then I will finish reading. I will sit down and I will finish reading the book. I'm gonna be up so late tonight, but that's okay. It's literally fine. It's gonna be fine. Okay, so it's a brand new day. It is now Wednesday at 7 p.m. And last night I did end up doing some editing and some cleaning up around the library and stuff, and I did do a little bit of reading, but not nearly enough. So I came home today, and after a little bit of help from the audio at work today, I just now, in this moment, finished Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent. And let me tell you something. This was good. This was really good. There are so many things that I want to say that I can't say because it'll be a spoiler. So, at least I'm pretty sure it's a spoiler because I didn't read the synopsis going into this. I never read the synopsis going into this, so like, or into anything. So I don't fully know what counts as a spoiler or what doesn't. But this went places that honestly make this make sense. But I wouldn't have thought that in a million years. So, but it was done really well. The writing was really engaging the entire time. I stand by what I said about Tessina. I don't know how to say her name, but I stand by what I said before, being that her writing seems very juvenile at times, especially when she's like speaking Aryan. Just, I don't know. It's just so, and I get it. I understand why, but also at the same time, like, not really. I like that Carissa Broadbent made it more realistic, that she wasn't just like automatically fluent in this language that she's never had to speak fluent in. So like I like the realism of it, but it still annoyed me and it still pulled me out of the story sometimes. But in terms of the actual plot and the actual story of this book, I love where it ends. I will definitely be reading the next one, and I am definitely 100% shelving this book. So let's put it on the shelf. We're not staking this one, that's for sure, because I knew I was going to like it. I knew I was. I do think that Serpent in the Wings of Night is better. I do think it's better. I guess we'll see after I get to Children of the Fallen Gods, but I just loved the magic system. I like the stratagrams and the way that they can travel. I like the different ways that the characters kind of wove together, where you were like, wait, I don't like you, or maybe I do like you, and wait, now I don't think I like you anymore. Like, I really liked the complexity of like them being, they felt like real people. They felt like real people searching real power, and at times like you kind of couldn't fault them. Do you know what I mean? I do have a couple of quotes, or I have one quote in particular, and it just really stood out for me, so I had to write it down. The main, like, HBIC that is kind of in charge of Tessina and is kind of telling her basically, like, what to do if she wants to be a part of the Order, that girl, that head bitch in charge, she says, men want power because it makes them feel good. Women want power because it lets us do things. And if that isn't a quote that makes you feel things, then maybe you're a man. No, it's just this whole writing style was full of these little quirks here and there that like really stood out at you while still being really digestible, and before you knew it, you were 100 pages into the book. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna give it a 4. I know I'm raving about it, but I don't think it's a 5. I don't feel a 5 in my heart, and I did have to, like, I don't know, convince myself to pick it up at times, because it shouldn't have taken me this long to read the book, I think, but it was really good, and I loved the symbolism that this book delves into. It's all just one big motif for power and revenge and freedom and what it feels like to be enslaved, and not just enslaved in the way that she starts out being enslaved in the book, but enslaved in the way that, like, almost like a toxic possession relationship can be like, you know, like, it really has a lot of commentary on sometimes that toxicity and possession of a relationship can look like flowery words and promises and flattery. Like, it can look like these things that you as a person may be like just grasping for, like, just please, I need due to your own traumas. And before you realize it, like, you are enslaved by this person or entity or anything. It was really good. That's really all I have to say about that, except for the fact that I can't get it out of my head that Max the whole time was just this broody, sad, broken little man that planted a garden so that he could breathe life into the world, and I love him and adore him, and he's one of my favorite male characters in a fantasy series right now. And I might just be biased because I just finished it. It's a little high, it's a little on the brain, but I really liked his character. I do think for the vlog sake, I am gonna pull one more book. A horror would be great because I just decided to do the horror book bingo challenge for the year, so that would be nice. And then I think for my plan for the rest of the day is after I pick this book, I'm gonna start editing this vlog actually, so that everything is up to date and ready to go. And then obviously I will start reading. I'm hoping I can get something that's an audiobook because I kind of have this like deep desire to reorganize my shelves, because yesterday I was filming and I had to pull a lot of horror books off of my shelves, and I actually ended up writing down every physical horror book that I own and haven't read that isn't on my bingo TBR. I wrote them down as prompts for just a different reason than what we're doing right now. And it made me realize that my horror is kind of all mixed together with my thrillers, and like Stephen King's on a totally different shelf versus my other horrors. And I don't know, I just feel like it needs a revamp. And speaking of vamp, right now I have an entire section of my library that is all vampire books. And I think they've had their moment. They have to go where they belong. If it's a vampire fantasy, then they have to go in the fantasy section. And if it's horror, they need to go in the horror section. And if they're classics, they need to go to the classic section. I think that they've been separated long enough for years. They've been separated as vampire section of my library for years. I still kind of want to see how much more empty space I have for the books that I'm actually going to be reading. Does that make sense? Anyway, I think I might try to do an audiobook with whatever we pick so that I can maybe do a little bit of bookshelf organization. That might be the plan for tonight, but it'll all depend on what the cauldron says. So I like love and hate this part. It scares me and yet it is so exciting. Okay, let's see. Let's mix it all up. I think I just opened like 4 of them, so. Okay. What does this say? Is it upside down? Can you read it? Okay, cool. It's a blank piece of paper. This is a blank piece of paper. Okay. Let's try that again. Oh, and I have to go through all this emotional turmoil all over again. Okay. Do I have one? What does this say? Can you see it? Okay. It's Before I Forget. Okay, let me grab it really quick. Okay, so Before I Forget by Tori Henwood Hohen. This I just got off of Book of the Month recently. I think at the end of last year. And I think this is going to emotionally destroy me. I'm glad because it's short, but it says it's a late coming-of-age story that examines the role of memory in holding us back and moving us forward. This book is about our main character who feels like she's in like a quarter-life crisis and having to deal with and grapple with the fact that her dad just got an Alzheimer's diagnosis. So I think this will probably destroy me emotionally, but I think it's going to be a beautiful story. I genuinely do. I think it's going to be really focused on like healing old traumas and just healing in general while also kind of going through a perpetual grief. So I'm excited to get to it. I just think it's going to emotionally destroy me, but we may not be able to find this on audio. We will see. Let me look real quick and see if I can find this on audio, and then we will decide. Okay, so I do have it on audio. My library pulled through. Woo-woo! Go Libby! So I might start the audiobook while I do some organization later, but right now I'm gonna go and set up this vlog right now to edit. All right, that's the pick. Before I forget, I will let you know when I have an update. Okay, hello. It's been a couple days. It is now Monday, like the following Monday. I don't remember when I started this vlog, but it is Monday, April 20th. And I finished before I forget today. And, you know, it definitely didn't tear me up. I think in the last clip, I filmed that so long ago, so I don't even remember what I said. But I'm pretty sure in the last clip that I had mentioned that I thought this was going to, like, completely annihilate me because it, like, focuses around, like, a loss of a parent and, like, Alzheimer's and everything like that, and being a caregiver for your parent. And I was a caregiver for my father before he passed away, and I really thought that this was gonna, like, hammer that home and kind of tear me apart, and it really didn't. And to be completely honest with you, I'm kind of disappointed in the commentary that it had around the loss of a parent and being a caregiver. Now, my father did not have Alzheimer's or dementia, so I don't have any say in that. I don't know if this was the author's experience with Alzheimer's or dementia or anything like that. I'm not trying to say anything along those lines, but my father was in a really bad car accident and was left needing help for several months before he ultimately passed away. And he had some memory issues and some cognitive issues. And it's just, this book didn't really, and maybe it wasn't supposed to, but it didn't really give any indication of the, like, trials that went through. And, like, I'm glad that our main character really, she becomes this caregiver for her father, and he's in good spirits a lot of the time. Most of the time, actually. He's cracking jokes and trying to make light of things. And I get that that's what the main character is saying. That's just how her father was. But, like, I just think the reality of becoming a caregiver to someone who ultimately doesn't even understand that they need help is going to have a lot more harsher moments than this book let on. And I think this book would have been more powerful if it would have navigated those really tough waters and those, like, really hard conversations that is ultimately, like, bound to happen when you are going to be put in that situation, especially when she was, like, kind of estranged from her father. Like, she didn't really have that good of a relationship going into his diagnosis because they were in the middle of a falling out. And I just think that could have been tugged on a little bit more to make it a more realistic feeling. And I also think that this book spent, like, kind of way too much time on this, like, does he have magical powers type thing? Because basically what happens, and no spoilers, but, like, basically as her father is losing his memory, he's basically saying things and doing things that are making it seem like he has a connection to, like, this other world or this other dimension, or kind of like this crosshair between, you know, the living and the dead. And they kind of play on that, like, him being an oracle and him being this, like, supernatural, like, storyteller way too long in this book. And this book is not long. And I think that they did this for way too long because it kind of took me out of the story. I was like, okay, this is kind of ridiculous. And I understand that it was supposed to be setting her up for finding her purpose in life, and, like, he was showing her purpose, and, like, I understand the symbolism. I just didn't like it. I didn't think it was very good. And the writing was really good. I would read another book by this author. This is my first book by this author, and I would read another one. It's just the execution of this story in particular left me wanting. So I'm going to leave it at a 2.75. I'll round it up to 3 on Goodreads, but, like, a 2.75. And this is definitely, I'm going to have to stake it. I'm going to have to stake this book. I don't want it on my shelves. I'm going to unhaul it. So that is the wrap up for this vlog. Pretty successful, I think. We read many different genres. We read a contemporary fiction, we read a fantasy, and a mystery thriller, and 2 were really big wins. Listen for the Lie and Daughter of No Worlds were huge wins, so I'm super happy about that. And in this one, I'm glad I read it. I did just get it. Like, it's a relatively new addition to my shelf, so I'm glad I was able to get to it as quickly as I did. But yeah, that is the end of the vlog. If you have made it this far, go down below and leave a microphone for Listen for the Lie, because I just loved that book so much and the podcast element was so fun. So go down and leave a microphone or anything that is like podcasty down below. And if while you're down there, be sure to let me know if you have read any of these books, if you disagree or agree with me about any of these books. Let's talk about it down below. And also while you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe, and you can hit that little bell notification so that you get notified whenever I upload. It all helps me and I really appreciate all of it, so thank you so much. And just remember to read well and rest well, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.